Hello, ladies and gents, Austin doing this beautiful Monday. You guys seem to like these college football videos, so I might as well continue them. Here's my Week 10 predictions, picks and predictions. If you're not a top 25 team, you're not included in this. I'm sorry. Or you don't play one. You're not included. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, I hate to break it to you. This is only for the top 25 teams. There's so much games. There's too many college football games to do. There's 100 games, so I can't talk about all of them in one video because that's way too long. I want to make this video an hour. That would take an hour to do, so I'm not doing that. But guys, let's get to today's video. So guys, we'll start with a Halloween night game on Friday, October 31st, 2025, which is on Halloween, which is crazy. This game's at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on ESPN2. 25-ranked Memphis goes on the road to play 4-4 Rice. Memphis wins easily, 27-7. I think they win. They cover the spread. Memphis is 13.5-point favorites on the road in this game. I know it is on the road, and they lost to UAB, which UAB is not a good team. But Memphis did get a big win against USF, and that momentum carries them, and they beat Rice today. So Memphis wins 27-7. So now, guys, on to our Saturday game. So our Saturday night game, noon. This game's Big Noon Kickoff. I have no clue why Big Noon Kickoff decided to do this game. This game's at noon Eastern on Fox. 3-4 Penn State goes in Columbus to play the number one ranked team in the nation, Ohio State. Ohio State's coming off a bye, and Penn State. Penn State. They're just garbage. They're also coming off a bye, but Penn State's not good. They fired James Franklin. I say Ohio State wins some crazy 35-14. They're 20-point favorites. They win around that. So Ohio State barely does not cover. They win I'd say 35-14. Ohio State gets the win though. This game is at noon on ABC. 9th-ranked Vanderbilt goes on the road to play 20th-ranked Texas. Vanderbilt, good win against Missouri last week. A low-scoring game. They get the win, though, a college game to being there. Good win for Vandy. Texas, though. Texas, I'm sick of Texas. I don't know. Somehow they won that game against Mississippi State last week. I have no idea. I'm just sick of Texas. I'm not this big Texas hater, but this year, the past couple, I've been sick of them. Texas is not a good football team, but they somehow win games. I'm sick of that. Texas, I'm gonna be so mad the committee puts Texas in the playoffs because they do not deserve to be in it. Honestly, wouldn't surprise me because they're an SEC school and they're big time. But Texas is not a good team. They will get crushed in the playoffs, I think. I'm not high on Texas. I don't think they're a good football team. Arch Manning is terrible. I don't know if he's gonna be back though for this game though. He did get injured in overtime last week against Mississippi State. They won that game somehow. They should have lost. I'm sick of Texas. Don't even start them. I could go on a 30-minute rant how terrible Texas is because I'm just sick of them. Bama guys, let's get back on. So our next. Oh yeah, what am I doing? I need to pick this game crying out loud. So I'm picking. I think Vandy wins this game. Vandy wins. Texas is actually fair by 1.5 points, but Vanderbilt. They win this game. I say Vandy wins. Ugh. At the top of my head, Vandy wins. I say 28-17. I think they get the win on the road in Austin. I'm sick of Texas. I almost forgot about this game because I went on a huge rant about Texas, but Vandy does win this game. 27-17. I say 27-17. Give me Vandy over Texas. They get the win. Commodores win. They screw Texas over. Sorry, I actually almost forgot to predict that game. But Vandy does get the win and beats Texas. Texas is 1.5-point favorites. I hope not. I hope they lose. That's what I meant to say. But anyway, guys, let's move on. So at noon Eastern on ESPN, 10th-ranked Miami goes on the road to play SMU. This is a good game for the ACC, if you ask me, even though SMU just suffered their first conference loss of the season with a heartbreaking loss on the road to Wake Forest last week. I think SMU's technically still a contender. They're playing Miami at home. Miami's 11.5-point favorites. I think, actually, SMU keeps this game closer than people think. I think Miami does win. SMU covers the spread. I say Miami wins if Carson Beck doesn't turn the ball over 4 times. If you're SMU, you definitely want Carson Beck to do what he did against Louisville because that was bad. But I say Miami wins this game 24-17. That it's close. Miami gets a game-winning touchdown. They win 24-17. So give the Hurricanes in that one. At noon Eastern on FS1, Houston 14.5-point favorites against 2-6 West Virginia. And I'm just say here, SMU. I think Houston cruises here. Houston destroys West Virginia 42-10. Not much to say there. Houston easily covers the spread. They're only 14.5-point favorites, but they win easily. Anyway, 16th-ranked Louisville goes on there to play Virginia Tech. These are the 3 o'clock games. So Louisville is 10.5-point favorites in this game. They're 10.5-point favorites. Playing a terrible Virginia Tech team. Virginia Tech is terrible. They're garbage. They're garbage. Louisville, I think, easily wins. I mean, Virginia Tech did get a nice win against Cal, but let's be honest, I think Louisville destroys them. Louisville does look a little shaky against Boston College, but Boston College was not good either. But Virginia Tech's not that good, so Louisville wins. I say 28-6. I don't know. I think Louisville. It's a low-scoring game, but Louisville kind of pulls away in the second half to win 28-6. Anyway, also Oregon does not play this week. My team does not play this week, so that's interesting. But anyway, guys, let's move on. So 3:30 on CBS. Second-ranked Indiana plays Maryland. I'm really high. This Indiana team's played great. They went on the road, crushed Oregon pretty much. They crushed them, but they won by 10 points in front of our home fans. That was embarrassing. And Indiana just murdered UCLA last week. So, and Maryland's, they're not bad, but Indiana should cruise in this game. Indiana's 3-touchdown favorites. They cover that easily. I say Indiana wins this game like 56-10. Indiana wins 56-10. Indiana's a great team. They win this game on the road. They get the win here. Indiana's a great team. They've impressed me a lot. And then the most overrated rivalry game ever. At 3:30 on ABC in Jacksonville, Georgia will play Florida. Georgia is 7.5-point favorites in this game. I say Georgia, they win. Florida just fired their coach last week, and I think Georgia and the Georgia both teams are coming off buys. Georgia, that Georgia covers. I say they win by about 14 points. Georgia wins like 35-20. Yeah, 35-24, around that. Georgia does win, though. They get the win over Florida. Anyway, at 3:30 on ESPN, we'll have Notre Dame is 29-point favorites, like 12 ranked in the country, going on the road to play Boston College. Now, I'm just say here, Notre Dame should dominate. I don't expect this game to be close. Do you guys? I don't. Notre Dame should just go in here and win. I think Notre Dame wins this game. The Notre Dame, they're not. They've dropped 60 burgers before, so I think Notre Dame, they win this game 42-16. Notre Dame wins easily. They cover the spread, I believe, yeah. Yeah, they'll cover the spread, I think. They win 42-16. So Notre Dame, they destroy Boston College. Notre Dame has a really easy schedule. They can't lose a game. They just can't. They want to make the playoffs. I think Notre Dame's a really good team. So, but they can't lose this game. They lose to Boston College. Boston College has been terrible, guys. They're 1-7. One of the worst teams in the ACC. I thought Boston College would be better. Usually Boston College is better than this. Usually, Boston College is a lot better than this, but this year they've just been terrible. Boston College is usually like a 7-5 team. This year they've been awful. But at 3:30 on Fox, 13-ranked Texas Tech going on the road to play Kansas State. So Texas Tech, they got the bounce. They crushed it. They shut out Oklahoma State last week 42-0. No surprises there. Oklahoma State's terrible. Now they play Kansas State. Kansas State blew out Kansas. I was pretty impressed by that. I thought Kansas was going to win that game, but good performance by Kansas State. But I think Texas Tech, it's a close game. I think Texas Tech wins this game by about 10 points. They say 30-20. They get the win on the road. Texas Tech gets the win. They cover the spread a little bit. But it wouldn't surprise me if Kansas State honestly won that game, because Kansas State's they've looked a little better, I guess. But at 3:45 on the ESPN2. This game's at 3:45 on the ESPN2. That's kind of strange. I usually do that at 4 or 3:30, but I didn't schedule this game. So anyway, let's predict it. So Virginia, 15-ranked Virginia goes at Cal. Virginia's 3.5-point favorites. Cal, embarrassing loss last week on Friday night on the road at Virginia Tech. That was a bad loss on Friday night on the road. It's just a bad loss. Virginia wins this game. They cover the 3.5-point spread. I say they win like 15-6 or something like that. Yeah, Virginia, it's a low-scoring game. Virginia is coming off a bad overtime win against North Carolina. North Carolina's terrible, but Virginia wins, let's be honest. They win 15-6 in Berkeley. Next, these are 7 o'clock. We're in our 7 o'clock games now. So it's 7 on ESPN, 3 and 5. South Carolina goes on the road to play 7th-ranked Ole Miss. South Carolina fans, I do feel bad for you a little bit. You should have beaten Alabama. Feel terrible for you, but you're 3 and 5 going on there to play Ole Miss. Ole Miss dominates this game. It's on the road now. I think Ole Miss, they cover the spread. It's not going to be like 42-3 or anything like that. I think Ole Miss wins about, I say about 23-13. Yeah, something like that, 23-13. Actually, no, they don't cover. Whatever. Ole Miss wins 23-13. But they don't cover. I changed my mind. Anyway, guys, 7 on the Big Ten Network. 2 and 6 Purdue plays 21-ranked Michigan. Michigan should dominate this game. They should. Well, actually, Michigan wins like 42-0. Michigan shuts out Purdue. 42-0, Michigan. Let's move on. Georgia Tech at NC State. Georgia Tech's really good. NC State's not terrible, but Georgia Tech should roll. 6.5-point favorites. They win 27-3. Actually, not 27-3. Scratch that. About 30-13. 30-13. For Georgia Tech gets the win on the road, though, at night. ABC at 7:30. 18th-ranked Oklahoma goes to Knoxville to play 14th-ranked Tennessee. It should be a good game. Should be a really good game. But I think Tennessee wins. They have more momentum. Oklahoma, that lost to Ole Miss last week. I think they're kicked out of the playoffs. Tennessee, I believe, is coming off a bye. So, yeah, I say Oklahoma wins easily. But I said, not easily, but they win like 28. They win 28-23. Oklahoma gets the win in Knoxville. They beat Tennessee. 7:30 on ABC. 23rd ranked USC goes at Nebraska. Nebraska coming off a big win against Northwestern. USC's off a bye. USC wins a close one. I say it's gonna be a close game. I say 23-20. USC gets the win though. And our last game predicting college game days here. This game's at 10:15. Really, our college games are going to an after dark game here in the East Coast. 10:15 on ESPN. 17-ranked Cincinnati goes on there to play 24-ranked Utah. This is a big game for the Big 12. Big game for the Big 12 at Salt Lake City. Utah's coming off a great win last week against Colorado. They just murdered them. Cincinnati's coming off a dominant win against Baylor. This one's tough in my opinion. This one is really tough. I could see either team winning. I could really do. And Utah's 7.5-point favorites. I think it's at night at Utah. I do think the home field advantage gives Utah the win. I say 33-30. Utah gets the win. Beats Cincinnati. This is a really important game for the Big 12, guys. Big game for the Big 12. Like both of these teams are pretty even. I think Utah wins though, 33-30. So guys, that's it. That are my week 10 college football predictions. Week 10. Can't believe it's already been 12 weeks since the college football season began. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. But let me know your thoughts. If you like these college football videos, let me know. See you guys later. Peace out.